Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a quick post-fight reaction to Bellator 257, Vadim Nemkov versus Phil Davis. Vadim Nemkov beats Phil Davis by unanimous decision. He retains the light heavyweight Bellator title. He moves on in the light heavyweight Bellator tournament. He will fight the winner of Yoel Romero versus Anthony Rumble Johnson, which takes place on May 7th, which that'll be a fun fight. Vadim Nemkov versus the winner of that fight will be a fun fight. But as far as the main event for tonight, how did it go down? It was more of the same old, same old. Phil Davis has looked the same, for 10 years. His striking has not improved. He misses. He's just constantly swinging in the air. The best strikes that he had tonight were some of his leg kicks, and he was getting leg kicked to death by Nemkov, as well. So Nemkov came out. He looked good in the first, second round. Was really chopping the calf kick. He kind of got away from that later in the fight. But overall, that first round, he was really chopping the leg kick, landing good shots, jabs. And that was pretty much literally the story of the fight. Phil Davis occasionally shot on him a couple takedowns, but was relatively unsuccessful with them. Nemkov got Phil Davis down, I think, once or twice. They said at the end of the fight it was 3 takedowns, but I don't know where they got 3 takedowns from. And Phil Davis, he had a couple moments. There was one shot where he landed where it seemed like Nemkov was hurt. I mean, he wasn't like wobbling around or anything. I think it was a big right hand, just one of those wailing overhand rights by Phil Davis where he's just swinging. But he just misses constantly. He's just swinging in the air. But then again, Nemkov, for me, wasn't super impressive. I think he will probably lose. It all depends, how they look and everything like that. But I think he'll probably lose in the next round against the winner of Rumble versus Yoel Romero, which I cannot wait for that fight on May 7th, only 3 weeks away from tonight, I believe. But Nemkov, typical all fight, he was throwing calf kicks, jab, and then throwing a big wailing right hand as well, missing most of the time. Sometimes he was following the jabs with the head kick. It occasionally got through, nothing super, powerful or anything like that. He never rocked Phil Davis. There was a couple clinch exchanges, but nobody really did much in any of them. And I think just this fight overall, I'm unimpressed with either guy. Neither one of these guys you're really like hyped to see them fight after this main event fight. But it was what it was. There was a moment in the fight where it looked like Nemkov might get him with a guillotine, but Phil Davis got out of that. I think there was a moment where Nemkov had him on the ground, maybe side control, I think. But Phil Davis got right up. So this fight was relatively uneventful. It was a unanimous decision. I thought Nemkov won the first 3 rounds and the 5th round. Phil Davis only won the 4th round. That's where he landed a couple big shots towards the last 2 minutes of the 4th round. And I think that's what just took him the round because it was a close round up until that point. And that really much does it for the main event. I mean, Nemkov is still the champion. We'll see where he goes from here, but relatively uneventful. So in the co-main event, you had Corey Anderson versus Yagshimuradov. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I don't remember. Shamirodov looked promising. Looked like he could shrug off the takedowns. Looked like he could strike with Corey Anderson. Corey Anderson's striking is not that great. But Corey Anderson did get him down towards the end of the 2nd round, I believe. He struggled to take him down early on, but he got him down at the end of the 2nd round, full mounted him, started landing nasty ground and pound, but the round ended, so it saved him. And then 3rd round, obviously after the successful 2nd round, Corey Anderson went out there, took him down again, was early on in the round, like 4 minutes and 30 seconds, got him down, treated him like an absolute baby on the ground, full mounted him, and just rained down brutal ground and pound, brutal elbows. Eventually, he turtled up, ended up going to it. Corey Anderson ended up taking his back, flattening him out, and just brutalizing him until the referee jumped in, bloodied him. Corey Anderson will fight Ryan Bader next. Ryan Bader obviously beat Lyoto Machida last week, so that'll be, I like these tournament styles. I miss when Bellator, back in the day, used to run these tournaments all the time, so I like this, and I can't wait to see how it all plays out, and I respect Bellator for doing it. As far as the best fight that I saw on the card, Paul Daley versus Sabah Homasi. Great fight. Homasi almost finishes him in the 1st round. It was close to being stopped. He landed nasty ground and pound. He hurt him badly on the feet up against the cage. Threw nasty combinations, put 100% effort into trying finishing Paul Daley. Just wasn't able to do it. Paul Daley somehow survived, got back to the feet, and survived the rest of the round. Second round came out, and Paul Daley just went off. Just landed some nasty shots, put him down, and finished him off. Paul Daley looked super impressive in this fight. And what was super impressive to me is, not that either one of these guys is ever going to be considered the elite of the elite at welterweight, but Paul Daley weathered the early storm in the first round, was able to come back and get that finish in the second round. I think it was considered a TKO. What was weird is even though the destructive damage he took in that first round on the ground and on the feet, he didn't look very damaged in the face at all. At the end of the fight, it didn't even look like he had got beat up at all. But after that first round, I think Homasi, I think he kind of wore himself out in that first round looking for the finish. He thought he was going to get the finish. It was very, very close, but he didn't get it, and it cost him. At the end of the first round, he looked like he had already fought 3 rounds. So that was his mistake. Paul Daley, getting older. Who knows? He may only have a couple fights left. He's going to be in Bellator for the rest of his career. We'll see where he goes from here. But definitely a super fun fight. And it was nice to see it on this card, considering the main event and co-main were, lackluster. So anyway, like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.